Hi everyone, welcome back to Jedidragoon Makes. I'm your host Jennifer. This is a podcast about knitting, crochet, and the fiber arts, and any other crafting stuff I do. Yeah, I feel like I've been busy, and I haven't been busy. And part of that is because my attention is switching from knitting over to doing more gardening stuff, because I'm trying to make myself get some exercise, and I hate traditional exercise. So instead of doing traditional exercise, I've been, on days that I'm feeling up to it, I go outside and I do about 30 minutes of work in the garden, which I know it's January. I live in Ohio. What are you doing outside in the garden in January? Well, I've been pruning trees. I have 4 apple trees in my backyard. And this is just like what I consider a normal backyard. Apparently it's a big backyard for a neighborhood because I live in town. But yeah, I have 4 apple trees. I have a bed of the strawberry bed. We need to replace the boards because they're rotting out. But I have a bed with blueberry bushes, which are right next to a bed of blackberry bushes, which the blackberries were creeping over into the blackberry bed. So I've been fighting with those, getting those out of that bed. I've got them completely out of there. There's a grapevine in there too. He's all nice and happy and pruned. Yeah, he's not in a good spot. He shades out the blueberries. So yeah, I've been getting my exercise by doing that. So I have a bed of raspberries, and the regular blackberry bed I actually have to touch because I haven't actually touched it, but I've been messing with blackberries. And the blackberries I have are a variety called Kiowa. Yes, this is a crochet and yarn podcast. I've just spent 2 minutes talking about gardening. But that's what you get when you watch my channel. So I have this variety called Kiowa. They produce blackberries about the size of my thumb. And they're awesome, but they also have spikes about this big. Yeah, first day I was out there pruning and I didn't take gloves out, and I'm out there trying to pull out them without actually holding onto each branch, and that didn't go over well. So I found my leather gloves and took them out. And they're not work gloves or gardening gloves. These are leather gloves that say CSX on them that my dad brought home when he worked for the railroad, and he had them, and they work really good for that, even though one thorn did get through. So that tells you how bad the thorns are. Anyway, so I've also been busy making stitch markers, and I have been crafting. As you can see, I have a finished object. Cool. This is no like real pattern. This is my own design. Kind of a creation out of my head. And I had a lot of purple yarn. Last year for Christmas, my husband and kids got me purple yarn for Christmas. And I had this in my stash. And they got me plain purple. Did they get me plain? No, I bought plain purple because then I could tie it all together. But anyway, they bought me like Red Heart Super Saver polo stripes, which is one of my favorites. And they bought me... Well, when I take this off and show you, I'll show you it. Well, actually, I could do that real quick. And they bought me this yarn. So, I went and made myself a poncho. As you can see, it's a bunch of granny squares and mosaic granny squares. I bought some purple yarn tied together. And then, where is... Oh, there it is. And then this is Red Heart... I love this yarn. This is Jazz Stripe. I love this. I think this is becoming my favorite, one of my favorite colorways. So, I had that left over, and I bought another skein because I was doing this. So, I just made up, 4 4s is 16. I made up 16 granny squares. I sewed them together. I crocheted around with my favorite color, because I felt it tied everything together good. And this is Bernat Super Saver Stripes. This is Mainstays yarn. And yeah, it ties together pretty good. It looks pretty good. I'll kind of try to step back without killing myself. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not a size 1. I'm like a 2X/3X. I'm working on that. So yeah, that's my poncho. It fits good. Even comes down far enough in the back. I could make it a little longer, but let's be honest, I was getting kind of tired of making it. So I was like, so in my head, when I started, I'm like, I'm going to add a bunch of rows onto this part. Yeah, that didn't happen. I got it sewn together, got a strip around the neck, strip around the bottom. I'm like, hey, it looks good. It's done. Oh, that's the bread machine. Yeah, I also, so since I started trying to lose weight and eat healthier, I haven't been baking. And since I was down 4 pounds, and I know this is not a good way to lose weight, but I needed a little reward. And I was tired. I never make good decisions when I'm tired. I fired up the bread machine. Now I have a batch of cinnamon rolls dough in the bread machine. I'm going to make cinnamon rolls for tomorrow. Yeah, I make them the day before, and then we just eat them for breakfast the next day, because that's how we do it. Anyway. So, on top of this, my other finished object is kind of a fail. It's not a fail. It fit well. And he'll kill me if I try to put it back on him. Well, he probably won't kill me, but he didn't like it. I have a cat. I don't have a dog. This would probably be better on a dog. But my cat, my one cat, I have 2 cats. They're brothers. One is like 8 or 9 pounds. He's like big, beefy boy. Okay, I call him Garfield. He's a meatball with stripes. If you're a Garfield fan, you get that reference. The other one, Ernie, who I'm looking at right now, he's in his cat bed over there. Yeah, he's mad at me at the moment, not because of the sweater, but because I won't let him go outside, because we had 3 cats and Fluffy disappeared. You can go back and watch some of my gardening videos and see Fluffy. He was real bad to wander off, and we think he got hit by a car or run over or killed by a coyote. I live in Ohio. There's coyotes. So he started roaming farther and farther, and then he just didn't come back one day. So these other 2, they never wandered that far, so we weren't too worried about it. We kept letting them out. But this little guy decided he was going to start wandering off really far, so we decided it's time to make him indoor cats again. So he's not too happy with me. He'll forgive me by tonight. So yeah, he's mad because he has to stay in the house now. But I live in town. I have lost more cats living here outside than I care to admit. So keeping them in the house and safe is my way of keeping them safe. Oh, so I haven't had a lot of sleep. I'm adjusting to a new schedule. My ADD, if you have been around this channel since the start, thank you. You'll know this start off as ADD ADHD knitter, because I have ADD and ADHD. When I was diagnosed, there's only one type. That's back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, it was just ADD. Now they have like 2 types, maybe 3 types. I don't know. But I have both types. I'm inattentive and I'm hyperactive. Even though my husband doesn't believe the hyperactive part, but I do have hyperactivity when I don't have my caffeine. Because when you don't need to know all this, but you're getting this. I'll apologize now. I'm apologizing way too much, but this is my life. Because caffeine has the opposite effect on me. If I have caffeine, it helps calm me down, keep me focused. This is not good caffeine. Coffee works better. But anyway, sometimes. Just depends on the day. I have good days. I have bad days. But anyway, so it helps calm me down. It also makes me less hyperactive. Because when I go off caffeine, my body goes into, You, anybody who is normal, if they drink too much coffee, they get like jittery and have that weird hyperactive feeling. Yeah, that's me when I go off it. It doesn't really feel fun. And yeah. So anyway, so I love you guys. Thank you for watching. But I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so my cat gets cold. My cat disappeared. I'm keeping him inside. He gets cold easy. And so he loves to, like when I was making this thing, he was getting underneath it and snuggling and cuddling and all that. And I thought, oh, perfect idea. I'll make him a sweater. I knew cats don't like clothing. They don't like sweaters unless they're special cases or they've been raised and got used to it. Yeah, mine haven't. They're like 3 years old and they are not used to sweaters. So, or clothing of any sort. I think Fluffy would have been better with it than these two. So these two, so I decided I made him a sweater. And yeah, he did not like the sweater. And when the cat... So anyway, this is the sweater. I took a granny square. You know how I love my granny squares. I kind of found a picture online, went off of that, and I crocheted it up a little. I made this little strap here and this little strap here. Turn it this way. They button. And put it on him. This went around his front. This went around his belly. Yeah. Great design. Fit good. Could have made it a little snugger, but yeah. It worked out really good. It's just, yeah, he did not like it. It was a no-go for him. I just made this out of scrap yarn and some black yarn. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. Might see if my friends who have a little dog, they keep saying they're going to make him a sweater. I might go send this to them and see if they want to put it on Tarquin. But anyway, yeah. I made a dog sweater. / cat sweater. That didn't work. Well, it worked, but he didn't like it. Oh, this is going to be one of those episodes, people. Please bear with me. I'm only human. Anyway, maybe I should drink some. So, let's get into what I'm working on. By the way, my hat matches my poncho. Yeah. We're not going to stay on track today. I'm not going to fight it today. I'm sorry. So, I've been working on my Christmas socks. Christmas socks are a lot less exciting to work on when it's not Christmas, and Christmas is like a year away. So, this has been kind of... Yeah, I've been working on other stuff. Anyway, this is how far I am. I've turned for the heel. And this is how it's working up. This yarn is from Hobby. It was their Christmas sock yarn. I got like 4 balls or something like that. So I have plenty. And yeah, I'm just working on making a sock. I'm working on the foot now. If I go and I work like 30 minutes a day on this, I would have a pair done in a week. Why do I know that? That's about an hour a day. Because my lunch breaks were about an hour. And I had 2 15-minute breaks. And I can get a pair of Loom knit socks done in a week. Because that's what happened when I worked at Walmart. But anyway, yeah, it's like this dark green, light green, red, and burgundy. So, I'm working on that. Sorry. I'm a nail biter. And in light of me finishing stuff, I cast on stuff. So, I am working on a Coffee Talk hat. And, yeah, that's more like color. And it's this really neat, like, knit and rib. Come on, camera, focus. There. So it's like knit and rib, and then there's like a purl panel. It's really neat. So I'm doing this on size 8 knitting needles. And the yarn I'm using is a DK weight. It's Lolo did it, her USA DK. And this is the color Pumpkin Spice. So it's a really pretty color. It has some orange in it, some dark brown, black flecks. I don't know what's going on with my camera color, and it's like this khaki color. So that's a really nice hat. I'm having fun with it. I'm just kind of taking my time on this. I could be done with it by now, let's be honest, but I'm just not in a real hurry to get it done. I'm just having fun. And then I finished a shawl, a prayer shawl, so I decided I'd cast on another shawl. And this is, if you guys know me, you know my favorite, one of my favorite patterns is the virus shawl. I don't like the virus meets granny shawl as much. I don't know why, I just don't. I guess I like having the pattern and knowing what I'm going to do and just keep doing that instead of doing one for so long and then switching and then going back. Yeah. Anyway, this is how far I've gotten on my virus shawl. This is made out of Picasso yarn from Ice Yarns. Hold on, let me turn on the light, see if it looks okay, because I turned it off because it looked better, but be right back. Now it looks fine. Earlier it didn't. Okay, anyway, this is the virus shawl. And this is made out of Picasso yarn. And it's this really pretty peacock-like color with this purple and yellow and green. And there's some teal in there. But yeah. And I got this from Ice Yarns. And it's acrylic and something else. So there's what that looks like. And I've already used, well, it was a partial ball. I started this with a partial ball. And then this is a full one. Because I made cupcake. That's the name my daughter gave the stuffed cupcake I made and showed you guys. But yeah, that's working up real good. Let's see what the color looks like. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. Okay, now it's just there. Now I can see the color a little better. See? There you go. Yeah. This doesn't look much different. And I'm using a size I hook with this. Don't ask me. I'd have to look it up. I'm not sure what the millimeter, all that is. I'm not good with those because I learned the American crochet hook system and needle sizes, so that's what I use. There's that. And I've been working on socks. I don't know if I showed you this, so if I did show you this finished, which I don't think so, because maybe I did. Anyway, I'm working on a sock, just a basic vanilla sock. And I got one done. I found my sock blocker. So, because my daughter had like 2 dentist appointments in a week, and I had to go with her, and I need something to work on. And so I finished this up real quick. This is Knit Picks Fleechy yarn in the color Raspberry Beret. And it goes from this dark, almost magenta, purpley color to red to, well, that could be burgundy too, to like pinky red. So, did that. I did the Fish Lips Kiss Heel. This is the first time I ever did this. It looks like I need to work on it, but it'll be fine. It's my sock. And so I cast on the second one. That's how far I've gotten. So I'm just this is the cuff. I got the cuff done. Now I just got to knit. And I got this from Knit Picks when they had Knit Picks Fleechy. They might still have it. I don't know. But yeah, I got that. And then this project. I've been trying to figure out what to do with this stuff. So, next time, if they ever have like these jumbo size Karen anniversary cakes, I don't think I'm getting them. It's a lot of yarn. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it. So, I kind of like the look of Jada and Stitch's Victorian stitch sampler Afghan she did in 2018. Trust me, just go look up 2018 calendar blanket on Jada and Stitches, and I'll leave a link below for the playlist. And so I decided I was going to work on it. So this is how far I've gotten. I started January. Oh, this isn't good. I forget what size hook I was using. I think it's size L hook. Well, what I do is go in and see what size hook they recommend and then use that for the yarn. I can't remember what they recommended, but this is called Little Fishes, and it's this, let me see if there. Really pretty pattern. It looks real neat. It's actually pretty easy. After a couple rows, you get down, but I think I only have like one more repeat to do, and then I switch and go some other stitch. But yeah, I started that. Did that one day. That's all the farther I got with that. So yeah, that's all the knitting and crocheting I did. Actually, there's not much crochet. Aside from this, yeah. After you start working on something for a while, oh, I have a shawl. Oh, well, I didn't get that far on it. I have a shawl that I keep debating on whether or not to frog. And I work on it. I'm excited about it. And then I realize I don't really enjoy it that much. I should probably just frog it and turn it into socks. But I've done a lot of work on it. And I bought the yarn for the project, but I don't know. I just ever have a project where you're not really excited about it? Comment below. You have a project that you started, you kind of like it, but you didn't really, it's just kind of like, yeah, you're working on it, but you're not in love with it, but you don't hate it. Usually if I have something like that, I usually rip it out because I'm not really that interested. I have a sock where I have one finished. Okay, here's a total side thing. This is one of my ADD moments. I should let you know. I have these moments where I just go off on a tangent, totally separate from anything I was talking about before. And I've worked with enough people in my life that my husband's used to it because he says if I pause 2 seconds, he knows I'm on a different subject. But most people don't know that, so they just like, where did this come from? Oh, I was on a different subject. So I've learned over time to just say, hey, I'm having an ADD moment and go off on a tangent. So this is an ADD moment. Actually, it's 2, but So I have this sock. I think it was the first OMG heel sock I ever started. I loved it. It was working great. And then I'd lose the project bag. I love the project bag. I then got one sock done. Finally, this year. 3 years later, I got the sock done. I'm like, cool. So I went and hurried up and started working on the second sock. Got it about 3/4 of the way done. Now I can't find the first sock, which ticks me off. So it went back in the basket, and it got lost again, and then I found it again, and then... So I'm about ready to rip out that sock. I'm going to rip out that sock. I know, people are cringing, but I can't find the other sock. I've cleaned the house. I don't know where that sock is. So what I'm going to do is rip out that sock and cast on another sock. I have another sock already cast on. I'm not sure where the story was going, but that's what I'm doing with that one. And it just annoys me because I have a complete sock. It's somewhere in the house. I have 3 kids. Who knows where it is? Please tell me somebody else has days and lives like this. So, anyway, so I'm going to be, yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm real sorry, people. I'm apologizing, but I'm not really apologizing. I used to have a bad habit where I apologized about everything, and I started working on it. I got better, and then I dated this guy with Asperger's, and for the record, I understand Asperger's a little better now than I did when I was 20. Okay, about 25 or 20. Anyway, I understand it a lot better now than I did then. Okay? Still didn't really enjoy the guy, but I dated him. It was an internet dating thing. I didn't understand everything that well about Asperger's. I have a son who has it, so now I understand it a lot better. So I have a son with it, so just put that out there. I understand it a lot better now. Still probably wouldn't have wanted to marry the guy, but I dated him, and he drove me nuts by saying sorry so much that I got out of the habit. But I think you guys have learned more about me in this episode than any of my previous ones. Okay, so let's move on to shop update. Crap. I did get something. Yeah, I did get something in the mail. Hold on. It shouldn't be hard to find. There it is. Okay, found it. You gotta laugh at yourself, because if you cry at yourself, you're just going to be depressed. So you just laugh at yourself and go on. Anyway, I bought yarn. I got yarn in the mail. They had some pretty good deals like after Christmas and stuff. So this is from a local to me. Local as in Columbus, which is about 30-40 minutes south. But hey, this is from Laughing Cat Fibers, and it's this. I love this. This is her Sparkle DK yarn. As you can see, it's sparkly, and it has like this dark yellowish color. There's a color for this, but I can't think of it right now. And then some green, purple, lighter purple, black. And the color. I don't understand this color name. She had a picture. So if somebody can explain this name to me, it would be really appreciated, because I don't understand it. And usually if I don't understand something, I'm like Hermione. I go look it up and read and do a bunch of research, but I haven't done that. The color is, and I'm not good with Spanish, so I'll apologize now. El Vestido Maradu, the purple dress. I don't get purple from there, but you know. There's what it says. Anyway, I love this color. I'm kind of collecting, instead of fingering weight yarn this year, I'm collecting DK weight yarn this year. Just because a lot of patterns I get call for DK weight. But yeah, this may turn into a coffee talk hat. I don't know if it look good as that, or a Ross hat, or if I think I might put it in a shawl if I ever get some colors to complement it. Right now it's just going in my collection like this. Yeah, here's the picture. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to explain it, but I still don't understand. Would you guys like to see the stitch markers I made? Because I'd like to see the stitch markers I made. 29 minutes of this. Thank you everyone for sticking around. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm not signing off yet. I'm just putting that out there. And please share this video, and most of all, I think I just like the comments more than anything. You guys make me feel like I'm actually normal. Alright, whiteboard. Okay, that's not going to work very well. We'll figure this out. There we go. Okay, let's turn the non-messy side. Alrighty. Yeah, this would probably be easier if I actually had these out of here. So, stitch markers that I made and are not coming out of the bag. Okay, I think that's the right way. Alright, let's see. Okay, come on. No. You won't zoom. Seriously won't zoom. Okay, fine. We'll just do this the hard way. Well, okay. There you guys go. This is a set of stitch markers I have in the shop. This is a steampunk set. Turn that around. That's a corset. Here, we'll just move it closer. See? Oh, this lighting is great. Okay, it's just going to be one of those videos. And tilt that a little. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, anyway. That's one set. Those are steampunk hat, and there has to be something better I can do. Okay. Anyway, this is another steampunk hat. This is a top hat. This is a corset, and these are spectacles. I have these in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description below, along with the link to everything else. So, let's go with number 2. It's just going to be one of those days, one of those podcasts. It's just going to be one of those podcasts. Yes, I sing. I think I sing well, but I've had coworkers. And that's a mermaid tail. That is, and this, if it'll flip, is a starfish. So there's that one. If you guys ever want me to sing, I will sing for you. I'm not afraid to. I've had criticisms and I've had compliments, so. I do better with church songs, mainly because I know all the words. And these I think are really cute. They're just, I made some fat little angels. Try and keep this somewhat organized. And oh, now the other one's flipped around. Come on, there we go. There's those. I really like these fruit slice and strawberry popsicles. So those are really cute. Yeah, I actually ordered off of AliExpress. I went on to see what charms they had and stuff, and they're relatively inexpensive and had free shipping. So the only downside is it takes about a month for them to get here. So depending on how popular they are, we'll see if I order any more of them. That's kind of my thing right now. I don't want to order too much because I haven't sold a whole lot, but I kind of have impulse issues. And there's a pair of owls that are kind of jeweled and sparkly. There, see? They sparkle if you shake them. They're red and blue. I'm sure there's better ways to do this, but I don't know what it is. But you guys seem to enjoy me, so we'll go with it. And these are another pair of angels I made. There's those. And I'm probably also the only person who can look around their house and find an old portable lighting studio that they forgot they had. Yes, I had one. I planned at one time becoming a photographer. Is when I was trying to move out of my parents' house and do something with my life. That I started working on that, and it just never happened, and I ended up getting married. So that just didn't really happen. So, oh, come on, Kiwi. And there's that one. It's a kiwi popsicle and a watermelon slice popsicle with some sparkly beads. And I gotta admit, these are bee stitch markers. And honeybees and bees mean a lot to me. Okay, if you watched the August video where bees messed up my podcast, ignore that. But I also have a fear of bees. But my dad was a beekeeper. My husband's a beekeeper. And so honeybees have played a big part in my life. So I really enjoy making these. So there's some bee ones. I have more bee ones. And then kind of weird doing this at 10 o'clock. And then there's a dragon fruit and a strawberry popsicle stick. Yes, I told you I'm like Hermione. I went and looked up to make sure which type of fruit that was before I put it on the shop. Because I wanted to be accurate. Everybody kind of makes fun of Hermione, but I relate to her so well. Because it's like, if I don't know something, I generally go get a book and start researching it. Which I have like 4 or 5, 6 bookcases in my house. And these are some candy packages, stitch markers. We got pink, a red, and a green, and I have no idea what those words say under Haribo. But there's those. Eventually, we'll get to ones that I really like. Yes, I have some I like better than others. I like all of them, but there's just some that scream me more than others. And, okay. Nope, that didn't work. There we go. Okay. There's another pair of bees. I think it works out better when I have the tripod set up and doing it in there, but I was doing the podcast anyway, so I figured I'd just go back to this. And then there's these. Another kiwi and an orange slice popsicle with some clay beads. Polymer clay. And I'll put them back in the bag after I'm done. And if you're wondering, the kids are in school today. My husband has gone to first shift. That's why it's so quiet. Probably the reason I'm talking more too. They have hybrid school. And hubby went to first shift, which has taken some getting used to. And there's a watermelon and dragon fruit. I was just having fun one day making these. I was tired. His first day back, my hubby was was starting first shift, so I was tired because of that and the kids, and I just sat down one evening. I'm like, I just want to make stitch markers, so I went to town making stitch. Great. So, why me? Okay, I'll get this fixed. Okay, you're not seeing those because I gotta fix it, but it's in the shop. I just get frustrated. Okay, guys, I gotta admit, I get frustrated because I make stuff and I try to do the best job I can at making it. And I have a little bit of a perfectionist streak, so when stuff kind of messes up or comes apart that I made, I get angry and frustrated and I feel like cussing. I don't cuss, but I feel like it. And it just drives me up the wall. I know it happens. I know I can fix it. It's just... it's just frustrating. Okay. So the thing is, I'm going off on another tangent. The house is quiet, I can kind of think. But when you make these, or the way I make them, and the way I was taught to make them, I learned in a book, was to take these and flip them over. Well, when you do that, sometimes there's a little space that you don't see, and I always try on these things to get it so it's like perfectly up against there, but every now and then it's not quite where it's supposed to be, so it can slip off. It's an easy fix. If anybody ever orders a stitch marker from me and this happens, send it back to me. I'll figure out how to refund the shipping, or I'll send you something extra and I'll make it right, because it's very easy to fix. It just drives me up the wall. I get mad, like I'm getting mad now. I'm not angry yet. When I'm angry, there's a totally different me angry. I'm just frustrated. So these could make me mad because they're not going back together. And I shouldn't try to do this on video, but when stuff happens, I want to fix it. I want to get it fixed so I don't have to worry about it. I have one sitting over there at camp part when I was taking pictures. I got to put it back together too. Like I said, I was not in a good mindset to make these, I think, the other day, but I try my best. It doesn't always... See? All back together now. I will go back. I'll set this aside after a video and make sure it's perfect to me. That's my main problem. Is I have this weird idea that I have to have everything perfect or somebody's going to get mad at me. And I gotta learn not. That's why with these YouTube videos, they're good for me because they don't always have to be perfect. And you guys are really forgiving. I don't know why, but you are forgiving. I'm there. There's those pink, purple, and light pink. And they're kind of fun. And I just felt like I needed to explain why. What I do. Okay, those are right there. What I do if they came apart, or if you have any problems with any stitch markers you buy off of me, send them back. I will fix them. And I'll probably send you something else as kind of an apology. So, just so you know. Okay, these are the ones I really love. If this would... Okay, I got the wrong side of the board again. This has some sort of spot on it. I don't know how it got a spot on it. Oh yeah, I have 3 kids. Who knows? And I'm not the cleanest person in life also at times. So, there we go. These, if you can see them, are steampunk bugs. They're made out of gears and have metal. I love these. They're so fun. I found these charms and I had to get them because I was trying to find some replacement charms for, because all my steampunk stuff sold. And I was thrilled because I love steampunk. I don't know why. I just love the aesthetic. And this is another set. This is slightly different. And this one has a bee. And another bug made out of, I think it's a roach, but it's just so cool looking. And of course, all you guys know, I went as, me and the family dressed up in steampunk for Halloween. One child wanted to, and then afterwards didn't want to, and we had to talk them into it. Which way does this go? Okay. And this is another set of bees. They came in a pack, so I just made a bunch of... Is that the right way? Yeah, that's the right way. Okay. And there's that one. dropped it on the floor. It didn't fall apart. It just dropped on the floor. And I figured I better start making some dog stitch markers. So I ordered a set that had some dogs in it, so I could start making some dog stitch markers, because not everybody likes cats. Yeah, okay, there we go. Would you please, there. Ah, there we go. Little wiener dog and paw print. So, there's that. Bad part is I still have to do a seed haul video. And no, I'm not adding that onto this one. Because there are people who watch my Ohio Homestead stuff that don't watch my knitting ones. So, I figured that out from just looking at stuff. And this is the last set of bees and stitch markers. So there's those. And these are all in my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop is, let me put that down. My Etsy shop is Jedidragoon Makes, all one word. There's a link for it in the description below. You don't have to buy from me. I appreciate it. It helps support this channel and me gain some yarn for this channel, and just helps support our household, because that's why I started it. Because I felt like I need to contribute. But you don't have to do that. And I'm hesitant to say this because I don't like sounding like I want people to send me stuff, because I really don't. I like it when people send me stuff, but I don't want to beg. And I was taught not to beg, or, you know, I was taught really not to ask for anything, but I'll mention this. And you don't have to act on it or anything, but on January 22nd is my birthday. I wish I could say I'm having a big giveaway, but I'm not. I don't do giveaways. But on the 22nd, I turn 41. So, that's all I'm saying about that. I'm tired. That's part of the reason this video is so long and so scatterbrained. I really appreciate you guys watching and sticking around for this video. I hope I brought a smile to your face. I hope God blesses you, because really that's the main thing I like, is making people happy, and I love God and Jesus. Been a member of the Church of Christ for all my life, and most people don't say where they're a member of church, but I'm a member of the Church of Christ. It's a non-denominational church, and I just hope God blesses you, and it's because of him that I've had any success in life. He's the reason I have a loving husband, great children, and all that. He is my everything. I'm trying to be a better Christian. I'm trying to be a good mom and teach my kids that. Sometimes I feel like I'm failing. And I just wanted to thank you guys for joining me and watching my channel. I really appreciate it. So, have a good day. May God bless you and go with you. And just thanks. I'm not trying to put on a front. I'm just trying to be myself. So, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Just have a good day. Bye.